Mhm. Good morning, arise and shine. It's a beautiful day outside. Good morning. Good morning. It's a Saturday. Let's dance a bit. Let's celebrate a bit. Let's move to the beat. Courtesy of joyous celebration. Askawan Cheba Wanyata man. Good morning, Wipelo. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Please, man. I love this song. It gives me hope that God is working on my side, that all is well. It shall all come together at the end of the day. He is with me. Jehovah God doesn't like pride. Rosa. Ulibona disakopa. Oshali busiku. Mudimu sakopani. Skaba wanyanza. Nako yake yethu isikhathi sami sizofika. Sizofika isikhathi sami ngizojabula mina. Salibonani linjani laphila. Siyaphila kahle. Dumelang. Litsogile rona re tsogile. Morobile. Go to Zambia a bit. Let's come back home. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me wherever you are. It's early in the morning. It's a beautiful morning. I'm playing a beautiful song by Joyous Celebration that's talking about life. When you see things not going all right in my life, please don't undermine me. God is still working on my issues. God is still working on my matters. That's what the song is saying. Yes. I love this song. It's a beautiful song. We are all blessed by God. Everything that we have in life, we should be thankful and we should be grateful to God. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me. This is a platform where I share with you this platform I have simply titled The Thoughts of a Prophetess of God in Lockdown. We are in lockdown, as we all know. And it is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. The weather is perfect outside. Thank you very much and good morning. This morning, I want us to get real with life. That's why I started off with the song that says, when you see things not going well in my life, please don't undermine me. Don't look down upon me, because things shall turn out all right. I shall be okay. God is working on my matters. That's basically what the song is saying, okay? So this morning, I wanted to talk about self-management. I wanted to talk about self-management. Why? The reason why I want to talk to you about self-management is because I realize that most of us fail to manage ourselves. We think management is only something that we apply when it comes to work. Good morning, Dimpo. Good morning, Mapale. Thank you so very much for joining. Self-management is when you manage yourself. Good morning, Mary Tolofelo. You need to manage who you are. You need to manage yourself. It is only when you manage yourself that your personality is developed and it shines. Amen. So we are not going to be getting too biblical this morning, but we are going to be realistic with matters of life. When you manage yourself, remember, these are the thoughts of a prophetess of God in a lockdown. I am on this platform every morning at 8 o'clock, and I share with you what is in my heart, what is in my spirit, what is in my mind. So here we go. This morning we're talking about self-management. When you do self-management, when you manage yourself, it is important that you manage yourself, because you are responsible for you. I am responsible for me. Therefore, it is important that I manage myself. I manage me. Okay? Follow me on this one. When you manage yourself, when you manage self, understand that there are a couple of things that you need to manage. Number one, you need to manage self. Self. When you manage self, you earn respect from people, because you have to understand that people are attracted to things that are attractive. You understand? When you manage self, you are conscious of your words. You are conscious of even the way you dress. Some people dress, they say, I dress as I want. You dress as you want, but then remember, you are going out in public and we are looking at you, we are seeing you, and the way we see you determines what we give you, determines whether we are going to respect you or not. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I hope you are. And no offense to anybody. Love yourself, respect yourself appropriately, dress elegantly, dress smartly. It does not necessarily have to be expensive clothes, but it has to be decent dressing. Amen? The other thing that you need to manage when you manage yourself is time. Be conscious of time. Respect time. Respect your time. Respect other people's time. When the appointment that you have has been set for 2 o'clock, make sure that you get there 5 minutes before. Communicate something to the person that you are meeting. It communicates the fact that you are committed, you are dedicated, you are hardworking, and you respect others, simply because you turned up way before time. Hey, Prophetess Howard, welcome and thank you so very much for joining me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Paco. Remember, I talk about what is on my mind, and I've simply titled The Thoughts of a Prophetess of God in Lockdown. The other thing that you need to manage is finances. Yes, I know it is easy because we talk about financial management all the time, but when we talk about financial management of self, we are talking about, aren't you living life beyond your means? You understand? Haven't you gotten yourself into lots of debts? Whom do you owe? There are people that owe everybody all over the place. That is bad debt. There is what we call good debt, and there is what we call bad debt. Bad debt is when you owe loan sharks, when you owe your mother, your sister, your workmate, when you owe everybody all over this place. Greetings, Masunga, greetings, Lesibo, greetings. So I'm thankful that Masunga is joining us this morning. I'm humbled. Self-management. That's what we are talking about this morning. Management. It's easy for you to sit down and you come up with a budget and you say, okay, fine, what are my expenses? And you look at these other little things that you buy that you don't really need, that you spend money on that you don't really need. Cut them off and rather save that money. Save the money towards an investment. Because when you talk about financial management, we're also talking about investment. What are you investing your money in? What kind of an investment is it? Is it an investment that will bring you money immediately, or it is an investment that will give you money after a couple of years? So you need to be aware of all of these decisions when you make them, and make them in such a way that you don't get yourself deeper and deeper into debt. There is absolutely nothing wrong with going to a bank and getting a loan. But the question is, you are getting that loan to use it on what and for what? Are you understanding? There is nothing wrong with having a credit card. Management of that credit card now comes into play. You use the credit card to buy what? Don't use your credit card to buy food. Don't use your credit card to buy clothes. No. That is bad management of finances. Are you following me this morning? I'm just going to quickly run through all of these points because of time. There is one major one that I want us to concentrate on. And that is relationships, management of relationships. We'll come to that one in a little bit. You know, this is a platform that I've titled Thoughts of a Prophetess of God in a Lockdown. The other thing that you need to manage when you are managing yourself is emotions. Emotions. 2 days ago, I spoke to you about emotional intelligence. Yes, it is correct. I need to manage my emotions. I need to manage myself. You need to manage your emotions. You need to manage yourself. When I manage my emotions, I'll be conscious of my words. You understand? I'll be aware of every word that I say. I will think about speak it out. Because remember, whatever I say, I cannot take it back. You understand that? There is a lot of intelligent people out there, smart people that are brilliant, that should be doing very, very well. But there is one thing that is wrong with them. Their emotions are unstable. Their emotions are all over the place. They are immature emotionally. You need to grow up emotionally and mature. Not every little word that you need to respond to. It is not everything that needs to trigger your temper. Manage your temper. Contain your temper. Yes, somebody didn't speak to you properly. You feel disrespected. But do you really have to respond like that? No, you don't have to. You can choose to keep quiet and walk away. So I want to encourage us this morning that let us be conscious of our emotions, because our emotions ultimately determine our personality. They determine our character. And in most cases, people are attracted to people that have got attractive personalities, attractive characters. You know that person, that one person that you don't like, who is rude. They don't know how to be polite. They don't know how to be respectful. Even the way they greet you, you wonder, why greet me if you're going to be so disrespectful? So don't walk around planet Earth disrespecting people. Because when you disrespect people, we conclude that it means you disrespect yourself. These are the thoughts of a prophetess of God in a lockdown. So how do you respect yourself? Do you respect yourself good enough to know when to walk away, to know what to say, to know when to smile? There is absolutely nothing wrong with smiling. You know that those people that walk around town with such grumpy faces? You can't even say hello to them. You know them, yes. But the look on their face. Oh, the look on their face. A child will run away from them. So choose to be happy. Choose to have a bright, happy face. Not this I'm about to kill you face. No. That's not a good face. You know, that face pushes people away. That face even steals your joy away from you. So what is it that you do to maintain your joy? The last and important thing that I want to talk to you about, and we're going to spend a bit of time on this one, is management of relationships. Management of relationships. Good morning, Indexim Haburuni. Good morning, Mapale. Good morning, Walter Libinda. Thank you so very much for joining me this morning. This is a platform that I get on every morning at 8 o'clock, and I've titled it Thoughts of a Prophetess of God in a Lockdown. I just share with you what is in my heart, what is in my spirit. We are talking about self-management this morning. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is management of relationships. Please share your thoughts on this one with me. How good are you at managing relationships? How good are you? You know that people that really, really are bad at managing relationships. There are people that don't know how to relate. You have to manage relationships at your workplace. You have to, with your colleagues. You have to manage relationships with your family members. Dimela Mikey, you have to manage your relationships in public. You have to manage relationships with people that you interact with at church at all different kind of levels. So relationships are different, and relationships have got levels. You understand? So it is important that as I relate to you and you relate to me, as we relate with each other, we need to understand the nature of our relationship, because the nature of our relationship is the one that sets the boundaries. Yes, every relationship has to have boundaries. Every relationship has to have boundaries. It is these boundaries that say, these are the items that me and you can talk about. Beyond this point, you are not supposed to go with me, because now you are getting into my personal territory, and I choose to keep you outside of my personal territory. You understand what I'm talking about? I'm talking about relationships. How do we manage our relationships? Because there are people that you work with, and they are simply your colleagues, they are not your friends. You understand? And you don't want to get personal with them. And you don't have to get personal with them because you don't want. You're not obligated to get personal with everybody. You have to choose whom you get personal. Because the very same person that you get personal with, you are giving them ammunition that they will use against you when the relationship goes sour. Because it's bound to get sour. In a relationship, there are times when you are in a disagreement. There are times when you fight. There are times when you don't see eye to eye. And that's okay, because it's part of a relationship. But when you are not seeing eye to eye with your friend, what do? You walk away. When you're not seeing eye to eye with your mother, what do? You shut her out of your life. We're talking about self-management. How you manage relationships in your life is key, because it determines what you get out of that relationship. There are relationships that you can't afford to lose, and there are relationships that you can afford to lose. Without those relationships, actually, you don't even need them. You don't need them. They are a drawback. They are a setback. They don't benefit you. That's why I keep on encouraging people that learn how to relate up. Relate up. Relate up meaning relate with those people that have achieved what you want to achieve. Because that kind of a relationship, from that kind of a relationship, you will grow. You will learn something. They'll teach you 1 or 2, 3 things. By so saying, I'm not saying look down upon people. Good morning, Rose. How is Francis Tal? It's cloudy this side. That one, Rose Ntalo Majuta, is my friend, and I love her very much. I just had to say that. I love you, Rose. Back to the subject. Self-management. We're talking about management of a relationship. If there is any relationship, hear me very well, that I had to manage in life, is this one with Rose. Yeah? Because we have been through turbulences of life together. We have been through ups and downs. We have cried together. She was there for me, by my side, when I lost my biological father. We cried together. You understand? We laughed together. We celebrated together. We partied together. That one is a relationship for keeps. There are relationships that you need to keep, and there are relationships that you need to walk away from. When you manage a relationship, you set boundaries for that relationship. Let me share something with you. And I know some of you may not agree with me, but that's okay. Sometimes because remember, these are my thoughts, and this is a platform where I share my thoughts with you, okay? Please permit me to share this with you. I have come to realize that there are those people that want to relate with you, not because they love you, but because they realize that if I am to relate with Prophetess Mikey, my relationship with her, when people see me with her, it is good for my image. I don't want such a person next to me. If you are that person, please leave me alone. Relate with me out of love. I want and I desire people that will relate with me because they love me. Relate with me because you want to walk this path of life with me. Relate in a negative manner, but in a positive. I need friends that will point blank tell me, Prophetess of God, here you are out of line. that will tell me the truth. Do you have that one friend who never tells you the truth? Who always encourages you to do bad things? That's the kind of a friend that you don't need. That person is actually not even a friend. A true friend would tell you when you are out of line. A true friend will tell you the truth. What kind of relationships do you have in your life? I just wanted to talk about self-management. And because it is your relationship, you are responsible for getting into it. You got yourself into it. Therefore, get yourself out of it. Don't expect another person to come and tell you, this person is not good for you, therefore go your separate ways. No. What do you think? As you are relating, what do you think? Are you growing? I keep on saying to people that, oh, something just happened here. Sorry about that. Something that just popped onto my screen. Sorry about the interruption. I keep on telling people that, help me grow. Help me mature. Help me be a better me. I want a relationship that I don't feel you are always getting from me. Don't drain me as a friend. Let it be a mutual thing. Give, take, give, take, give, take. I feed you. You feed me as well. You know there are relationships that don't feed you? At the end, when you meet with the person, at the end of that meeting, you feel so drained. What were you two talking about? You can't even tell us. Listen to the conversations that you hold with your partner, with your friends. Are you learning something from those conversations? Are you growing or not? I want to move fast on this one. You know, and be patient with yourself as you relate. Be patient because God is working on us daily. You understand? God uses relationships. God uses mankind to grow us, to birth something into us, to make us aware of certain things. It might be our weaknesses. It might be our strength. And that's okay. That is the beauty of life. That is what life is about, walking this path of life. It's about learning. It's about growing up. It is about maturing. And here is a question that I want to ask you. How conscious and how aware are you when you relate with people? Are you aware of how you are relating with them? You know, I just want to mix emotional intelligence and relationships right now. I want to talk to women. Women, understand that you are vulnerable. Your emotions are extremely vulnerable. Your emotions are extremely sensitive. But before we get there, here is a question. Ikanse Shumba just asked a question. She says, sometimes we are drained by our family members. What do we do when our family members drain us? Unfortunately, you don't choose your family. And you have to understand that when God wants to perfect you, he will use those that are close to you. And in most instances, it will be those that are in your inner circle. Those that are very close to you. Those that you consider to be your family members. All that you can do with your family members is develop a strategy of how to relate with each and every one of them. There are those that you need to keep a distance from, love them from a distance. There are those that you need to love them from a bit closer. So you need to be wise when you relate with family. You need to be smart. But here is the thing. Don't turn your back on your family. Because you need them and they need you. Give them love. Give them love at all times. It does not matter. And the problem that we have in Africa is that we have this thing of attaching relationships to age. Just because I am younger than you, you think it gives you permission to disrespect me at all times and speak to me anyhow you like and to send me here and there. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Mutual respect is needed in a relationship. I respect you, you respect me. Now, I want to talk to women. Women, your emotions are extremely vulnerable. Therefore, you need to be conscious of your emotions at all times. Why am I saying that your emotions are very vulnerable? Let me share with you what happens in a relationship between the opposite sex, male and female. You know that males have mastered how to manipulate women. Men have mastered how to manipulate us because they have realized that our biggest weakness is our emotions. So when a male comes to interact with you, the first thing that they want to touch is your emotions. They start relating with you on an emotional level, with what you are going through. That's why men tend to be very good listeners. It's not that they're really listening. They want you to think that they are listening so that you can relax and open up. And the minute you open up, it begins with a touch. You understand? That subtle touch on your shoulder. It's not anything that is offensive, but he is working on you. And then the last step is he moves in for the kill. What has happened to you right there? He has given you the impression that he likes you. And your mind is interpreting it as love. Your heart is getting excited because you're being given attention. But is it really love? That is why at the end of the day, when a relationship ends, it is usually the woman who is hurt the most because your emotions are very, very vulnerable. Guard your emotions. In all relationships, women, I want to encourage you today, guard your emotions. Remember, these are the thoughts of a prophetess of God in a lockdown, where I share my thoughts with you. And this one is dedicated to women. Guard your thoughts. Guard your heart. Don't open up your heart easily to every person. You understand? Guard. That's why, have you ever met a bitter and an angry woman? And when you sit down with them to find out why are they angry? Why are they bitter? They are angry because of a relationship that went sour. A relationship that they had with somebody of the opposite sex. A relationship where they invested emotions. Because as you relate, you invest emotions. Self-management is about managing your emotions as well in a relationship. Now, let me talk to the men. Men are logical beings. They are logical beings. Women are emotional beings. Men are logical beings. What does that mean, prophetess of God? What it means is that men use their minds more than their emotions. For them, it is not a hard thing. For them, it is a logical thing. Does it make sense? If he asks himself, does it make sense? And the answer is yes. He goes for it. You understand? You get involved with this man because you are thinking you love him. He gets involved with you because it makes sense to him. It's convenient. For you, you are in love. For him, it's a matter of convenience. Sorry, guys. I love my brothers too much, but remember, these are my thoughts. Men are logical beings. For them, it's not a matter of love. It's a matter of logic. Is 1 + 1 = 2? If 1 + 1 = 2, they dive in. If 1 + 1 = 4, they stay away because it's getting too complicated. It's getting too complicated and they don't like complications. Men love things that they can handle, things that they can manage. So self-management is about that, people. Let's learn how to manage our relationships. And okay, can I say the statement? Can I end with the statement? And I know some may not love the statement, but here it is. Most men are users. Most men are users. Why am I saying this? Because they are logical beings. You understand? Because they say, should I or shouldn't I? As a woman, you say, do I love him? Don't I love him? And you conclude, I love him. And you get in there. Only to discover along the way, the relationship is not what you thought it is. This morning, we were talking about what? Management of self. Let me recap quickly. Management of relationships. And by the way, before I go, manage that relationship with your colleagues. Because some of your colleagues, they are not there. You have to understand something. In a work environment, there will always be competition. And there is competition because you all want that promotion. You understand? So don't be deceived by somebody who has lunch with you every day, who buys you a pen. No, they're not your friend. They're simply your colleague. This is work. So don't forget yourself. Don't get too close. Don't get too personal with them. That is why you will find that there is lots and lots of fights in a work environment because you are in competition. That is why you find that in your work environment, there is that person who doesn't like you. They just don't like you, and you can't explain why they don't like you. You don't know why they don't like you. They're intimidated by you. They see you as competition. You are that person who is standing in front of their promotion. That's why they don't like you. So don't worry when people don't like you. It's not everybody who's supposed to like you. And you are not supposed to like everybody. And that is, remember, these are the thoughts of prophetess of God in a lockdown. So it is okay to have enemies. I have enemies. Who doesn't have? And that's okay. I'm not bothered by my enemies. You know why? They can do me no harm. I am not afraid of an enemy that I know. The one that I fear the most is the one that I don't know is my enemy. The enemy that you know, you can easily defeat. But the enemy that you don't know about can bring you down. So don't worry about your enemies. Worry about your friends. Worry about those that you relate to. Worry about those that smile at you. Remember, these are the thoughts of a prophetess of God. And this morning I was sharing with you about management of self. And I believe you have learned something this morning. And you shall manage yourself better. From forward, you shall manage yourself better. Let us manage ourselves better. I'm signing out with this song. When you see my things not going well, hey, don't look down upon me. God is working on me. My time is coming. So please, I'm going places. I've got dreams and visions that I shall achieve. Yes, yes, your time is coming as well. Yeah, Lord. Yes. It's still at night. God is working on me. My time is coming. Oh, please, man. Yes, KK. We need wisdom and spirit of discernment when it comes to relationship. When you see my stuff not going well, God is working on me. Yes. Osanchelo wanyata isikhathi sami sizofika. Ngizojabula mina. Isikhathi sami sizofika. Isikhathi sakho sizofika. Don't lose hope. Ithemba lakho. Hold on. Hold on. God doesn't love pride. Don't be full of yourself. Just because you have reached that level and I haven't yet. I'm coming right behind you. And I shall overtake. Yes. I love this song. My morning is coming and joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. The Lord shall do it for me. That which I'm looking for, my dream, my vision shall come to pass. My time is coming. Please, man. Don't shut up and yet. It's a happy day. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. I'm blessed. In God, I am blessed. In Jesus, I'm blessed. Through Him, I am able. Yes. In Him. Come on, dance with me. Dance with me. Let your spirit be lifted up. Yes. Celebrate yourself. Love yourself. We're talking about self-management. Love yourself. Love yourself. For your happiness is within you. Your joy. Jehovah I love the song. Remember, these are the thoughts of a prophetess of God in lockdown. My name is Prophetess Maggie. I leave you here this morning, and I will be with you again tomorrow morning as we continue on this journey together. It is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful journey. I just want to say to you, I love you with the love of God. May the peace of God overshadow you. May the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be upon you day by day. For He said He'll never leave you nor forsake you. So have faith and let your hope be strong. Be courageous. Don't faint. Don't get weary. Don't permit men to steal your joy away from you, because it is from God. I love you with the love of God. I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow at 8 o'clock on this very same platform. And remember, I'm also on YouTube, Prophetess Maggie. Share, like the page, invite somebody, host a watch party. Let's talk to me. Send me a text. Tell me what's on your mind as you are in a lockdown. Tell me what you're thinking. I'm sharing with you what I'm thinking. Let's join our hands and walk on this path together. Let's stay sane and safe. And let's stay at home, because we are in a lockdown. Have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. It's a good weekend. It's a beautiful day outside. All right. Yeah. I like you. Bless you.